This is Jim Willis, editor of Marcellus Drilling News and a member of the Intelligence Press Advisory Board. Intelligence Press is better known as Natural Gas Intelligence, or NGI, and it's my pleasure to be speaking today with both Dexter Sties, publisher of NGI's Shale Daily, and Carolyn Davis, a senior editor with NGI and one of the staff writers for Shale Daily. Let me start with you, Dexter. How are things in the shale world today?
Great, Jim. And no matter how you cut it, it is truly a shale world out there with new developments every day.
I know that NGI has covered the North American natural gas business for some 30 years now, but a couple of years ago you came out with Shale Daily, a publication dedicated to unconventional resources. Dexter, give me a bird's eye view of the Shale Daily service.
Sure, Jim. We started Shale Daily, which is both a web-based and PDF service, back in October of 2010. We started it when we recognized that the shale, or unconventional energy resources, wasn't just a temporary phenomena, but rather a revolution that is currently rewriting the energy outlook for natural gas and oil in North America. So we set out to create a service that covers all the relevant news from every major shale basin in North America.
Every major basin? That's a pretty tall order, isn't it?
It sure is, Jim, but I guess that's really what we've committed to do. We, just to give you an idea, if you take a look at that map on the screen of the shale basins across the lower 48, you can see it's pretty busy, basically all the way from the east to the west coast. It covers from the Marcellus and the Utica over to the Barnett, the Eagle Ford, and the Haynesville in the southwest, and to the Piceance, Green River, Uinta, and Monterey in the west. And let's not forget the Bakken in the upper Midwest. Bakken is mainly an oil play, but as you know, shale oil and gas both involve the same companies and the same drilling techniques. A quick example. 13 years ago, North Dakota had no drilling rigs, and oil exploration in the state was basically dormant. Then in March of 2012, North Dakota surpassed Alaska to become the #2 oil-producing state in the Union. Behold, the miracle of shale and hydraulic fracturing.
Well, that is a miracle indeed. So Dexter, tell me more about the kinds of stories that readers would find in Shale Daily.
Well, Jim, we post breaking news that's updated throughout the day. This news is reported by our own full-time journalists from cities like Pittsburgh, Houston, Denver, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Calgary. Then at the end of every day, we take and we bundle this breaking news into a daily PDF edition that's sent out via email. Our subscribers tell us that daily news is an invaluable part of their subscription. I mean, look. We understand there are cheaper ways to get shale information, local newspapers, Google alerts, and then, of course, the whole blogosphere. But if you really want timely, unbiased news written by experienced B2B energy journalists who not only tell you what happened, but tell you why something happened, then Shale Daily is really the service for you. Our readers don't have the time to search around the web for the most relevant shale news. They come to us for it.
So you cover the latest news, but I know that NGI publishes price information too and has for years. Do you do that with Shale Daily?
Yes, we do. We offer the industry's first and only shale price indices, something we call the SPI. These SPIs are published each day and cover all the key shale gas resource plays in North America. Our SPIs are unique to Shale Daily and are leveraged from our proprietary price information that we receive directly from market participants. Now, if you add to that our unconventional rig count chart, which tracks the drilling trends in basins across North America, and you get a supply component to that to add to that price component, you get all of this in one place, all of it in Shale Daily.
Well, I know that having price information and rig data tied together is definitely a unique feature. Let me go back to the news side again. Tell me more about how you dig up all this news.
Well, For the nitty-gritty on the news covered by Shale Daily, I think it's time we bring in Carolyn. Carolyn's been with NGI for more than 12 years, and she's an expert on this.
Hi, Carolyn. I know you've been waiting patiently.
Hi, Jim. It's nice to be with you and Dexter today.
So, Carolyn, tell us more about the news coverage in Shale Daily, what's covered, how you cover it. Tell us how it is out on the front lines.
We keep very, very busy. With Shale Daily, we're covering news on exploration discoveries as well as what's going on in the production fields. We are also covering the midstream sector with transportation and processing. We look at facts and figures from the company earnings reports. Anything that affects shale development, we're writing about. We work hard to be our readers' eyes and ears, and that involves attending shale conferences, listening to executive briefings, one-on-one interviews, government hearings, and in addition to that, we cover about 150 corporate earnings calls each quarter. We pretty much like to think that we're an ad hoc research staff for our readers.
Well, how about giving us an example? And while you're telling me about it, I'll switch over to the Shale Daily website, and I'll drive while you talk.
Okay. We pursue different stories in different ways. For example, I recently just worked on a story, an in-depth report about what's happening in the Permian Basin, which covers parts of West Texas and northeastern New Mexico. This is a legendary oil and natural gas basin that's been revived because of the new shale technology, and that's nearly a century after it was first drilled. This is really a big story, and we decided to focus on looking at some of the recent land lease auctions that were held in both of the states. There you're going to see a huge amount of interest in acquiring land, and I wanted to take a look at what sort of money was being spent in some of the Permian fields. As another indication of growth, we routinely speak with a lot of energy analysts, and we received a report from U.S. Capital Advisors, and the analysts there indicated that about $5 billion in new pipeline and midstream infrastructure is on tap for the Permian alone. So I talked to people there about that. In addition, we have to look at who's actually doing the work. And Apache Corps is the leading Permian producer right now. So we took a look at their figures, took a look at some of the Permian information from them, the regional executive, and that gives us a feel of what's going on the ground and exactly how the new shale drilling technology is working.
Well, that is fascinating, Carolyn, and a great example. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks, Carolyn. And Jim, just a note about those charts you see there. That is straight from our research department and really represents just the tip of the data iceberg here at NGI. We do have a treasure trove of industry data at our fingertips. Operator level, contractor level, rig count data in each of the various shale plays. And as a subscriber, you can tap into these data. Just let us know exactly what you're looking for.
Well, that is very impressive, very impressive. So Dexter, let me ask you about the subscribers of Shale Daily. Who are they and what kinds of companies do they come from?
Yeah, so Shale Daily subscribers really run the gamut of the upstream, midstream, and downstream companies in the industry. This includes, of course, the producers, drillers, pipelines, marketers, the utilities, and then all the contractors that serve that daisy chain or that industry. We also have subscribers at investment banks, trading companies, financial institutions, and those folks who work for the government, federal, state, and even county governments, and regulatory bodies, of course, elected representatives and others. As for who these folks are within the organization, we attract readers from the highest echelons of the C-suite, the CEOs, CFOs, and COOs. We also have subscribers in the accounting departments, marketing departments, engineers, and the people who actually are on the ground making it happen, like the directors and the operation managers. So what we found from our survey of our subscribers is that people throughout the entire organization depend on Shale Daily every day.
Can you name a few of the Shale Daily subscribers?
We can't really name individual subscribers, but I can tell you that some of the largest and most recognizable names in the business subscribe to Shale Daily. And you can see a few of their logos popping up right now. From the biggest to the smallest, our subscribers come from a variety of companies and industry sectors. And it's not just the energy industry. I mean, the shale revolution is truly a daisy chain affecting everyone, from the chemical industry to the hotel industry, manufacturers, dry cleaners, you name it.
So you mentioned that some subscribers have given us permission to quote them. Do you care to share a few of those?
Yeah, so here's a few on the screen. I mean, my favorite is the quote from Rodney Waller, Senior Vice President at Range Resources. He says that Shale Daily is the one publication he reads every day. You know, Jim, Range drilled the very first Marcellus shale well back in 2003, a historic event given that the Marcellus may contain the most recoverable natural gas of any shale basin in the world. We're honored by Rodney's endorsement of our publication.
Well, Rodney is a heavy hitter, to be sure, as well as the others that we see here. So, Dexter, we've talked a fair bit about Shale Daily and what it covers. Tell me what viewers of this video can do to get Shale Daily for themselves.
Well, yeah, so we offer 3 subscription options. All come with a 100% money-back guarantee. Basically, you have to love Shale Daily or we'll refund your money. And if you have not yet had a trial to Shale Daily, you are able to sign up for a 2-week preview. You can go to our website and click the free trial link to start that trial. Either way, I'm confident you will find value in Shale Daily. Just give us a chance to prove it.
Well, here is the Shale Daily web address one more time. And if you have any questions, please call NGI at the number on the screen. Thanks, Dexter and Carolyn.
Thank you, Jim.
This is Jim Willis, editor of Marcellus Drilling News, encouraging you to subscribe to Shale Daily.